Welcome, Capricorn, to your March beginning of the month reading. Hope your friends are doing great out there. Welcome back, all subscribers, and anyone new to my channel. Welcome, welcome. If your friends like this, please like and subscribe. Okay, let's see what's going on with you, Cap. Getting straight into your energy of what you're thinking, feeling, or the energy surrounding you. Capricorn, beginning of the month. Best messages for Capricorn, please. Best energy and messages. And remember, friends, if this doesn't resonate with you, please watch your rising moon or Venus. Take what resonates, what doesn't resonate, go ahead and throw away. Okay. Got the Nine of Cups coming out. Looking for what you want. Waiting for your wish to be fulfilled. Okay. Let's clarify on that. Clarify on the Nine of Cups, please, for Capricorn. The Nine of Cups for Capricorn, please. Love begins. Ooh, I like that. Remember, this card doesn't just resonate on the Nine of Cups, but the entire reading. So, okay. Very nice, though. Love the Nine of Cups because it's showing that you're really going after something that's going to be satisfactory for you, only you. You know, that's your wishes, your dreams. This is not for other people. It's just for you, my friends. Getting that winning satisfaction. Enjoying your security, your stability, everything that you want, right? It could even be that new car, right? I want a Corvette. That's where my love begins. My love begins by getting a new boat and taking it to the river. Yes. So it could be anything. Okay, let's see what's going on in the situation. The situation is taking place in the present, the near past, and the near future. And the recent past could be anywhere between a couple of days ago, a week ago, a month ago, a year ago. Depends on the person. For some of you, it's even like 5 years ago. So, all depends. Okay. In the present, you have the Ten of Cups upside down. That's not satisfactory. That's why you're going for your satisfaction. You're like, I don't feel this being satisfactory. In the past, you had the Queen of Cups, and in the near future, you have the Four of Cups. So we have a lot of cups over here, my friends. I am thinking it definitely has something to do with where the love begins. I'm having all of these cups. It's definitely something that you love. Could be a person. Like I said, that Corvette you want, however it is. But definitely have the Queen of Cups over here. It feels like you could have been dealing with that's a Cancer card. It could be a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Could be anyone, but it does feel like there was some unfaithfulness going on with the Queen of Cups upside down. It was like the person that you loved and adored was unfaithful. I'm really feeling that. For others of you, maybe you were unfaithful to yourself by not going with your Nine of Cups to, you know, get what you wanted. It's kind of like unloyal, right? I wasn't loyal to myself to get, you know, to go after what I love. Maybe I let somebody push me away from what I love. And maybe it was this Cancer. You wanted something and they pushed you away. You weren't loyal to your dreams. With the Page of Coins over here, this is unexpected news, my friends. 100. Yeah. There was some unexpected news. It does feel like somebody was unloyal to you, unfaithful to you. If they were unfaithful to you and cheated on you or something of this nature, it's a huge possibility. Otherwise, it could just be you're feeling that they're not loyal to you no matter what. And then this is the news coming in, and it feels very unexpected. Yeah, definitely talk about love over here. Some unexpected news coming in. And maybe this is where you found out that this person is not. Maybe you found it out from a look, you could either have found this out from this water sign, or you could have found it out by the earth sign. It looks like the news is coming in, though, about this love and someone being unfaithful, but it is definitely coming from someone else. It feels like there was this bonding going on. This is where the love began. You loved this person. You bonded with this person. You may have been with this person a long time. With the Five of Coins, this really devastated you to find out this news, that this person is not loyal to you and not faithful to you. For others of you, there was some unexpected news about them not wanting you to have your Nine of Cups. I do feel that for the other side. I really do feel this. I feel like you wanted maybe that material item, or to go here or do something, whatever your Nine of Cups was. And this unexpected news gave you devastating news saying that you can't have what you want. So take it how it resonates. It's going to be a little different for everyone, because right here, it's just where the love begins. It's the unity, the bonding. Maybe you would put everything you wanted into having, this car, and maybe even saved a lot of money. And then maybe your spouse comes in and says, I'm sorry, you can't have that. Something has come up with the unexpected news. You can't have that. And it just feels like, but you said I could have this. And it just felt like here's the disloyalty coming in, because it's like, why would you use my saved money? Why don't you use the other money? So it almost feels like they're, bombing your dream. Yeah, there's a bailout. For others of you, the one it really has to do with love over here, it was like the Nine of Cups. That's how you ended up in the Nine of Cups, was when you bailed out. So for some of you, it's like you're going to have to redo the dream all over again to get to where the love begins. Over here, it feels like you had the Tower. You had to bail out because you knew that this person was unloyal to you, unfaithful to you. You had this unexpected news that just broke your heart. They're not really loyal and true to you. And it was something that you really wanted. It feels like this relationship, this connection felt so real. And then it just ended up so fake. Ten of Cups, this is unsatisfactory right now. So you had a bailout, you left. Whether it was, like I said, a week ago, however, but you left. You bailed out from this. The devastation and the heartbreak was too much. Too much. So now you're going for what makes you happy. The Hangman. But you're really putting in a lot of thought over here with the Hangman. You do feel like you are, caught up, stuck, trying to figure out the solution of how to get the Nine of Cups, wanting this Nine of Cups, really trying to wrestle around the solution inside your mind. How do I make this happen? But it does feel like your hands are kind of tied behind your back at this time. You don't know how you're going to do this. And it doesn't matter whether or not it was because of the car and you had to bail out of that and then start from scratch to go get more money because you had to spend that money. Unexpected news took that money away from you for this new car. Take it how it is. But now you're wrestling around on how you're going to get this car again. For the love, it's just going to be the same. Right? It's the same. Trying to come up to the solution of how am I going to get to where my love begins? Where am I going now for my Nine of Cups? What am I going after now? I had this, what I believed to be a perfect relationship was not. It was more of a facade in the end. How could they be unloyal to me and unfaithful to me when I wanted it so bad to stay, right? There's a lot of disharmony over here. And it's going to be harder to get off this tree, I'm going to say, and get yourself free from this when you have so much disharmony. Yeah, because they felt that it's almost like that the grass was greener on the other side. Somebody definitely was going to somebody else's pasture, and you know this. And this is what's running through your head as you're stuck over here trying to figure out what you're going to do. It almost feels like kind of like, how dare you go into someone else's pasture? You had a great pasture. The grass was green. I don't see why, you're over there. And it's just kind of all these things going through your head, Capricorn, trying to make you wiggle your way down. Okay. And if it's about this car and this material, this job, whatever it is, it could even be a job. They could have said, you know what, we don't need you may have loved this job, and then you realize, they let you go after all these years, but you put in all this work. And with the 9 of Coins upside down, it has to do with that. It's just pretty much, you're like knocked out of commission for a while, trying to figure out, which job do I go to now? I love this job. Where do I go now? I had friends at this job. I put in hard work, maybe even came in early, stayed late, closed up. I did everything, right? I was good to the customers. I was good with my coworkers, and it just feels like you're out of commission. And you're really trying to think of where you're going to return to work to find, something that makes you happy with the 9 of Cups and the love begins, right? But just be sure not to overindulge, obsess over this, right? To the point where you're only thinking about this, because it's going to diminish your real process, right? So if you're holding it to the point where it's becoming obsessive of why they left this, that, right? And it's always in your head, you're not going to really get to the point of how you're going to get to the next step, because you're still dwelling on it. And that's really what it is. They want to say obsession, I say dwelling on the fact, because it actually diminishes and makes you weaker in the logical thinking to move you off of the out of the being stuck stage over here, right? You want to move forward. So try not to dwell too much about that, because overdwelling is not going to do anything. It does nothing but make you sick. Gives you anxiety, gives you 9 of Swords. It gives you tummy ache. It makes you ill, right? Depressed, all those things. And this one to me also feels like dwelling about, them being over in someone else's, them cheating on you, them doing this and that, no matter what it is, right? The Emperor upside down, yeah. Yeah, it weakens you. It's just weakening you to the fact where you need to become strong so that you can get back on your feet, right? Yeah, there you go. There you go. And once you do all of this, and you're going to have this change around to where you're going to be able to make better judgment calls. Then you'll be able to put in the work. You'll be able to let go of the compulsive thinking and dwelling of the situation, so that way you can make better judgment calls and start really logically thinking about your next step. But in the beginning of the month over here, it does feel like, because you had to let this person go, because they were whatever they were doing, which looks like eating someone else's grass over there in someone else's yard. I definitely want to use better judgment so that way you can get back on your feet. Clarifying on the better judgment. Yeah, getting away from all of the things that are happening around you with the moon upside down. And that's just, you know, getting away from anything that's holding you back, right? So as soon as you get out of the moon over here and daydreaming and still obsessing and the disbelief and the frustration and the over emotions, then you can come to the place to where you can really start thinking. Because your emotions are going to be running really high right now, and it's kind of drowning you out. It's making, you know, and it's kind of like, well, I know I want my Nine of Cups. I know I want this. I know I want that. But Four of Cups over here is still this depression going on and still these disappointments. With the Ten of Coins upside down. Still can't find that job. Still having a hard time finding work. Still having a hard time gathering the money and saving the money for the car if you lost that money, right? Or maybe someone stole from you as well. It's hard to say, you know, however, whatever the unfaithful was. But trying to get where you need to be is unsatisfactory. You're still having a rough time. Rough time. And it could just be also having a rough time getting back to the happiness, the place that makes you happy because you had the downfall with the relationship, right? So we have the strength over here, and you're building strength little by little. And I do see that with the Two of Steps, but you're not taking too many steps out, looking away from this. You really want to, like I said, get rid of that so you stop drowning yourself, you know, so that way you can. We're still waiting for those good judgment calls to come in. Ten of Steps. You have this, so you're building that determination. Knight of Coins. It looks like the Knight of Coins, and it looks like the Knight of Coins. For some of you, this could be the same energy as the Page of Coins. Could be the same person coming back trying to offer you. Could be offering an apology. For others of you, it's just, it's you know, if it's the same person coming back to offer you an apology and trying to get you back, that's going to be for some of you. For others of you, it's just that the thought process is really what it feels like. Getting prepared, protecting yourself, listening to your intuition. It's a slow moving process to get away from the Ten of Swords, but at least you're determined now to start preparing to move forward. And like I said, for some of you, it's also a partner, you know, who's trying to move forward towards you. Okay. Who wants you to accept their apologies, who wants you to, you know, say, hey, you know, it's a backsliding relationship. It's like, nope, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. There's just nothing. Ten of Swords on the back, on the Hierophant. It's like, there's nothing you can say to make this work. It's like, I wanted this to work so bad. And I feel like over here, you wanted this to work, but the more you keep thinking about it, it's like, it cannot work. So even if you thought maybe over here for some reason, you know, that you were trying to put all the puzzle pieces together, you know, maybe you were thinking, well, you know, maybe one day, right? Maybe not the right time. Maybe one day we can fix this. But in the near future, it's kind of like, well, now that they do come back to apologize, you just decided, you know what, no, you gave me too many hurts, too many pains. I can't take this. With the Ten of Swords, it's also the backsliding faith that things are getting ready to go, kind of losing the faith that you're going to get, you know, where you were before this all happened, no matter what. You know, am I going to find this job that's good for me? Am I going to find the job that has the right kind of money for me? You might even have someone coming in to offer you a job, and maybe you're saying, that is not what I'm worth. I just lost a job where, you know, I was making, you know, $11 an hour, you know, and you want to offer me $9 an hour? I don't know. I know what I'm worth with the Ten of Wands. I know my worth. And I'm determined to find that. That is not good for me. So now you're even having kind of a disbelief that that you could even find a job that's going to pay you what the other job paid you. Yeah. King of Coins is like, hey, you know what? You're good. You know, you don't want to take this. That's fine. I'll give it to somebody else. They actually even think that you might even be a little egomatic, you know, and a little egotistical not to take this. If there are not many jobs, it could be a possibility because you're so used to working for a certain amount of money. But if this is all that there is to offer, you know, you might just want to take that job just for a while, if you're really in need of a job, and watch your ego, right? Because your ego is telling you that you are worth this much, and I know how much I'm worth. But if there are not that many jobs out there, then you're going to have to step down off of the ego for a minute to go get some money, right? For others of you, you're not offering this from this person because they hurt you, and there's no way you're taking this person back. They lied, and they're manipulators, and they manipulated your heart. So no way I'm not going back. Okay. And if it's just getting to that, you know, car where I had to end up, this big bill came through and we had to spend that money, with the King of Coins upside down, it's like, oh my gosh, it's going to take me forever. Right? Okay. Because now you have to kind of like figure out how you're going to do this, right? And trying to do it without crippling your finances. So if this had something to do with spending that money for that car, now you need to figure out, how am I going to save the money without crippling, the finances? Yeah. How am I going to do this now? Because maybe you don't have all the finances that you had before. Maybe you used, you know, a stimulus check or something, you know what I mean? And it was a big one, and then the car broke or something happened, right? You had to use that. Shit, for some of you, it even feels like somebody may have even stole money from you. I don't know why I'm feeling that, but it's kind of like, hey, look, I took this money. And now you're thinking about how you're going to fix the situation. So many different kinds of scenarios. I'm just trying to throw them out there for you, friends, because everybody's story is a little bit different. And I don't like leaving it just to one story because it doesn't resonate with everybody. That's why I don't, you know, ask the cards just for love or this. But the best scenarios, so that way we can see it all, right? Yeah, Nine of Swords. You're trying your hardest to stay out of this because you're trying your hardest to be determined, and be powerful. You're trying to stay within a power that keeps you positively motivated. But it's, you know, trying to get back on track. And I think it's also, Capricorn, because you know that, you know what, look, if I get stuck over here like I was over here, I'm still not feeling the best over here. I still have some depression, some doubts, some disbeliefs, frustration, faith to saying that I can't do this and it won't happen here. But I think overall, you know that if you get into the Nine of Swords, it's over. You'll lose the power, right? And you're good with money, so you can figure this out. You know how to do this. You can do this, right? It's just all going to be about saving, you know, when it comes to money, and getting it back to the things that you love when it comes to that material or that work. But just watch your ego if it is, because it really is saying, be careful, you know, not to, you know, be too ahead of yourself. Yeah, you might have had a job that you worked for 7 years where you made 12 bucks. And now you're starting fresh somewhere else and they only want to offer you $9. But how many job offers have you had, right? If it's not that many, you're going to have to be careful, right? So it's also kind of telling you might have to step down off the pedestal a little bit, is what Spirit's saying. You know what I'm saying? So that way at least you can get your foot in the door. Yeah. Definitely. And that's really what it is. So logically think about what is necessary for you, right? without being too greedy. And then you got the greedy card coming out over here with the Queen of Coins, and you also have the greedy coin. You also have the greed card with the King of Coins. And all it's saying is you got some ego, maybe a little greed, because, and that's all because you know your self-worth. But right now it might not be that time. There's not enough job openings to be able to do such a thing, right? So just be careful, you know, when it comes to that. Because right now it's kind of like the take what you can get scenario. You don't want to underpay yourself. Now, I wouldn't say, you know, if you're worth $12 an hour, I wouldn't go get no minimum wage job unless it's 100% necessary, right? I mean, you still want to know your worth, but if you're really looking at all these different jobs coming in and they're like $13, you're worth 15, 13, 12, 10, and you're like, what the? Underpaying me. But I would say because of the scenarios that we're in right now in the world, so many people want jobs. It's going to be hard, you know, to get a job. Yeah, just remember your foundations and your achievements. Remember what you're going for. Remember you're going for stability. You know, having money is better than none, right? I take it how it resonates. Okay. Man, I've been in that place too. It's like, man, I was a medical biller, you know, I was worth 15 bucks an hour and these people wanted to hire me for 10. Well, I remember taking the job because there were so many medical billers that it was hard to get a job. So I took the $10. Yeah. Because in the end, there's going to be something better anyways. So even if you're taking it now, it doesn't mean it's forever, right? There's always something better, you know, later. Yeah, listen to your intuition. Make sure that you're healing and doing your recovery, no matter what the situation is. And never stop. Don't stop being strong. Keep moving forward, beautiful, my friends. And that was it for you. Until next time, peace and love. Bye-bye.